Hello my dears, welcome to the next video, and in today's video we will start talking about editing styles. So there was a video that I have published about natural editing. You can check it right here. I'm also gonna leave the link in the description to that video, so make sure you check this video because there's a lot of useful information. So the thing is with the editing, that I know there was like a hype of over edit images, buying and using these presets, and yeah, I was actually also making a video on the topic of buying a Lightroom presets from different bloggers for really a lot of money, and then in the end these presets don't work that well, and they do not work well because for many reasons. You don't use professional equipment, and some of the style images that you use are not suitable for this editing presets. And the good news is that right now it's really not trendy on Instagram to use this to have these over edited images. When you have green stuff, some trees on your images, grass, and then like a year ago it was popular to make your green grass like almost grayish, or the blue sky make it, I don't know, other color. And right now it's not in a trend anymore, which is we're gonna go with you through different apps, and one of my favorite app, and it's the one I use always, is Lightroom Mobile. All right, so Lightroom Mobile is absolutely for free. Go ahead and download it. It's available for Android as well as for iPhone. And I'm just going to show you how I do it for my pictures. And if you, for example, want to go for a more warmer feed, I'm going to show you how to do this effect. And if you want more a colder feed type, I'm going to show you as well. And we're also going to use one more app if you are doing product photography, and there are always little things that has to be removed. And I'm also going to be sharing with you one of my favorite apps to remove objects that are not necessary, that you want to get rid of from your image. Let me show you how I do it on my phone. We're just gonna click on Lightroom. All right, here we are. That's an interface of Lightroom Mobile. If you want to have an additional folder, you just click ahead and create plus sign and create a new album. I'm not going to do that because I already have an album called Tati. All right, so here is some of the images. Let me just add something from my picture so I can start editing from scratch. You just click on plus sign and add it from camera roll, and then choose a folder that you want to use. I'm going to choose that one, and I'm going to go ahead and click OK on one of the images. So now we have our initial shot. What I do here is I go first to the light icon, and here you have exposure. If you go to the right, you make the picture super bright. If you go to the left, you make the picture super dark. All right, so here it really depends as well on the lighting that you had on your initial image, and as well as on the mood. If you're going more for a dark mood, of course you have to decrease the exposure. Again, depends on the initial shot. If you're having more like light bright mood on your Instagram feed, you maybe want to increase a little bit the exposure. We will just go ahead and increase a little bit the exposure. The next slider is a contrast. I really like to decrease the contrast on my image because then the details on the picture really start to pop up and make the picture more plain, and it also give a little bit this vintage effect. So I just go a little bit down. Other tabs here I don't really use. If there are too much shadows on the picture, I bring it up so I don't have a lot of shadows on my picture. Again, if you have more moody dark images, maybe you want to bring it down. All right, so we just keep it like this. If you want white color to be more kind of white, then you need to increase the white color, and the same one with black. So I'm just gonna go ahead and leave it like this. And if you want to see how your image change, you just click on that image and you will see the shot before, and then once you remove your finger from the image, it will show you the image after you have done some editings. The fun part here is a tab called color. So here you can really play a lot with different colors. I was talking about to show you with this app how to make your images more warm or on the contrary more cold. And you have here temperature. So you have to play a little bit with the temperature. Okay, if you want to go for more warm aesthetic pictures, also your initial subjects on the picture should be warm, right? If you use like cold subjects, like cold colors, blue colors, you would have almost no chance to make it warm. It will look unnatural. So try to use also initial shot. Try to have warm backgrounds, warm colors in your initial shot to make your feed overall looking like a warm feed, right? So we will increase a little bit the temperature here, just tiny bit. I think that's fine. And if you want to make it more cold, on the contrary, just go to the left. We're just gonna keep it at that level, do it like this. So here is the tint. I don't really touch it because, yeah, I don't really like how it's this colors that pops up on the picture once you use the slider. And with the vibrance and saturation, vibrance is, you know, give this colors more to pop up. And in saturation, yeah, it kind of saturates the colors on the image. I'm just gonna bring it a little bit down because some of the colors really pop up here. And here you have a mix spin, so you just click on it, and here you can play with different colors. Let's say there are a lot of like these red colors on this image are too bright, so I don't want that, and I'm just gonna bring the saturation a little bit down. All right, that's fine. I think I'm not going crazy here. And if you, for example, have more cold type of pictures, or you again went for more for a dark mood on your images overall feed, you can decrease the yellow colors to make your picture more plain and yellow shadows from your picture. So I'm just gonna bring it a little bit down. I think that's fine. So let's see how it was before and after. All right, so here I don't do anything. I really like how the green colors look here. Other wheels, other colors I'm using if I have other colors popping up on the image, but for this image I don't have any extra. We click done. The other tab that I use is effects. So here you have split toning. Try to be very careful with this one, don't go too crazy. So whenever you choose with this little navigator a color, let's say this color, right? If you go down, this color will be decreasing on your picture, or on the contrary, if you go up, decreasing, right? I normally never use that, but if you want to have this special effect on your image, you can just play around and see how it's going to look. The same is with shadows. You can make your shadows, you know, different colors. If you go up, it will, the color will increase. If you go down, the color will decrease. I'm not doing anything here. I might add a little bit of clarity. And the dehaze slider, what it does is, if your picture is blurry, if the lighting is not really good, actually dehaze does help to kind of restore the picture and enhance it. But again, don't go too crazy. I just use it a little bit. Vignette, I never use. Vignette is adding the colors on in the corners. I would not use it. And you can add grain effect, but this is not in trend anymore. However, if you want to add it a little bit, you just can slide it a bit. I'm not going to use it. All right, so the next one is I'm going to detail and make my picture a little bit more sharp, right? That's it basically. So, and if you want to use this as a preset for all of your pictures, you can just go ahead and click these three dots on the right top corner and click on create preset. You can name the preset, and once you have saved your presets, let's say I'm gonna call it trial, all right, and I'm gonna save it in the user preset, click done. So whenever I want to use this preset, I'm just gonna go ahead and click on the tab that is called presets, use user preset here from different categories. So we're here and we are going to choose the preset that we just saved. It's called trial, right? Basically that's it. So once you are happy with the picture, you can go ahead and save it into your camera roll and publish it on your Instagram feed, or upload it to any kind of pre-planning tool. The other thing that I want to share with you is removing unnecessary object. For the sake of this short tutorial, I'm going to use an image of the product. All right, so I'm going to go, the app that I want to share with you called Retouch. This is my favorite app. I'm gonna go to albums and pick my picture. I'm going to use this picture over here, and I want to get rid of these black spots. And I'm gonna go ahead on object removal, and you have a brush or a lasso. I'm gonna use a brush. Lasso does mark the area which you want to clean up. So I'm just gonna go ahead and click back, and I'm just gonna use brush for this one. You start to wipe the areas where you want to remove some objects. All right, so let's go, click go. So here you can see the results, go. So just go quickly to remove all unnecessary things. All right, so I'm happy with the result, and here you can click how it was before and how is it now. And if some part it removed, you want to unremove it, you can click on eraser and erase this area. Right, so let me show you. So for example, we just removed that one and we don't want that, so we use a brush. All right, and that's it. And then you just can go ahead and save it a copy to your camera roll. The other two apps that I personally like, and sometimes I'm using it myself, is of course Visco. I never know how to pronounce it correctly. There are a lot of presets or filters that are absolutely for free, and you don't need to do much editing. You just can choose a filter and maybe decrease the amount of filter being applied on your picture. The other app that I really love is Teza. In the video that is going to be down below in the description box, I'm talking about Teza app. It's also one of my favorites, and I especially like to make these aesthetic videos in that app. Most of the filters there are paid, so I have a paid version, and yeah guys, you just can go ahead and try it. But the main app is Lightroom Mobile and Retouch app for removing unnecessary objects. However, Lightroom Mobile also have this function to remove unnecessary objects, but I really don't like how it's performing in the app itself, so that's why I'm using an extra app. All right guys, in the next video we are going to talk about how to write killing copy for your Instagram post, and I'm going to see you tomorrow.